Welcome back to Wake Up America. I'm Alex Kramer. It's now time for your question of the day. So, who began their glorious royal run on this day 7 decades ago? Well, in 1953, a new queen was crowned in the United Kingdom. 27-year-old Elizabeth II was crowned queen at Westminster Abbey, starting a reign that would last 70 years. And more than 20 million people tuned in to the queen's coronation, the first to be broadcasted on live television. Allison.
Alex, and sticking with the royals, the Heritage Foundation is headed to court in effort to receive Prince Harry's U.S. visa application, with questions, though, as to whether or not the Department of Homeland Security acted properly following Harry's admittal to drug use.
So for more on this, let's bring in journalist and former member of Parliament, Alex Phillips. Alex, what is going on here?
Well, I think it's quite clear what's going on. I think Harry might have been afforded privileges that the average global citizen just wouldn't get. I mean, we know that if you're going to enter America, if you lie on your ESTA, your form to get into the country, and you're found to have lied, then that's going to pose quite a few difficulties for you with immigration, as it should, because it requires people being open, honest, and candid about their past if they're going to get given security clearance to enter the country. And Harry has brazenly, in his book Spare, which is the autobiographical book he brought out with all those criticisms of the royal family, also in many respects bragged about his use of things like hallucinogenics. And he's even spoken about still smoking weed now, which of course is legal in California where he lives. But it does raise questions about whether US immigration knew about this, whether Homeland Security therefore gave him a waiver that wouldn't be given to other people, because he is not a working royal. This isn't some sort of diplomatic issue where he is representing the head of state of an allied country. He is a private citizen.
All right. Let's bring in Nile Gardiner to talk a little bit more about this. Nile, what Alex was talking about, too, is he has this book that came out, which is called Spare. And basically, he admitted to using drugs. Do you think this essentially is maybe what is causing these questions now?
Yes. So we're basically suing the Biden administration for the release of Prince Harry's immigration records. There's a court hearing on Tuesday afternoon in Washington, D.C. federal court, presided over by a federal judge who will issue an opinion with regard to fast-tracking our Freedom of Information request. And we're making this request because we believe there is a strong public interest for Harry's immigration records to be released, especially in light of the extensive admissions of drug use in Spare. And we want to establish whether or not Prince Harry was completely honest in terms of his application, and also whether or not he received preferential treatment from senior US officials. And so this is a very serious matter. US immigration law should be enforced effectively, robustly, and fairly, without favor to anyone. And no one should be above the law in any respect. And so we are calling for the release of Prince Harry's immigration records. We have a very, very strong case, and it's now moved to a federal court. So we shall see the outcome here. But we believe that the American people have a right to know exactly what was in Prince Harry's immigration record.
That's very interesting. We'll see how that all plays out. But on the other side of the royal family, we have William and Kate, who made a surprise arrival to Jordan's heir to the throne. What do you make of this, Alex?
Yeah, I love these royal events wherever they are in the world, because you see all of these other royal families that you forget exist. We're lucky to have a royal family that has so much international capital. Everybody who knows who they are and who the various characters are. But they get together these royal bashes, whether it's weddings, engagements, big birthdays, coronations. And so a lot of the royal families from across Europe have been there, the Middle East, emirs, sheikhs, so on and so forth. But I think very much Kate has stolen the show. She looked so glamorous. And, those two have become so hardworking. He is, of course, William, our future king, and she the future queen. And it's quite comforting to see the next generation of royalty making these headlines, gathering attention, setting imaginations alight, and really looking the part.
I know, Alex, I do. I love watching all this and seeing all the beautiful dresses and everything they're wearing. Now, the last time we were celebrating the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, how has the country been in the wake of her death and the recent crowning of King Charles?
Well, I think it's going to take the UK a long time still to get over the Queen's death. I have moments where I think about her and think, oh, she's not here anymore. But I camped out on the Mall for coronation, which was quite an experience. It was really quite cold and very rainy, but lots of loyal patriots were there camping alongside me, lots of people from around the world as well. And we've had a bit of a bumper year, really, for all eyes being on the royal family, not just because of the controversy of people like Harry and Meghan, and of course, Prince Andrew with his connections to Jeffrey Epstein, but also because we've had in quick succession the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, then very sadly her death, then, of course, her funeral, and then the coronation. So we've had plenty of bank holidays, that's for sure. But I think all of this, what it's done is it's fed into the narrative that the royal family is important.
Yeah.
It does have global significance. It still creates fascination around the world. And I think that most people in the UK are quite happy with that. They realise the diplomatic leverage this ancient institution has.
Yeah, a lot of changes for sure. Nile and Alex, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And come